You don't have to lose a lot of meat as long as it's a very sharp.
You really make this trimming things like little
Effortless.
You know, for those who really enjoy working in the kitchen, slicing like that makes you horny. Eh?
I know. Some people does say it. I agree.
Okay.
Especially when you cut like butter, right?
Yeah.
It's like oh shit, you know. Okay, guys. So Afi, we are going to trimming these things, yeah.
Fantastic. I can't wait to
Fantastic.
see.
And this is chef. This is what is it? It's tenderloin, I guess, yeah.
Yes.
It's Australian tenderloin. See some fat, silver skin. This one we are going to trimming it. Okay, now one thing's the most important part actually. A lot of people taking it a wrong knife for the wrong job.
Okay.
So that's the most important number one. So get the right knife for the right job.
Okay.
Above all, every knife need to be very sharp in order to get the most out of your precious meat. Correct? Yeah, that's the hardest one. Okay. So let's start with this one. This is for meat. This is flexing. Okay. This one also for meat. Every meat knife, it has to go up on the tip. If you see these things, it doesn't matter. Yeah, ujungnya pasti harus naik. This is the correct knife for meat. Okay, for trimming, for everything. Flexible is very useful. If you don't have a flexible, as long as this one is on the pointed tip, so you can get the silver skin and everything's clean, easier to be removed, yeah? And safety as well. Yeah.
Right.
So let's, without further ado, let's try. Yeah. So we cut this one. This is how sharp it is. Okay, we want to take the blood out first. So this is a plastic. Do you have a paper towel?
Yes.
Okay. That's very important. Okay, never throw away your juice because this you're going to use it again, yeah, chef. Yeah, this is one of the most precious. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Especially tenderloin. Okay, so we take out the meat. Ooh, this is very nice tenderloin. Very nice tenderloin.
This is, I should mention, this is grain-fed tenderloin.
Nice.
From
Australian?
Australian, from a friend of mine, Calvin, from
Okay.
Calvin Meats.
Okay.
Calvin Meats,
nice.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Calvin.
Thank you, Calvin.
So this is where there's a
Right here you go.
skin. Yeah, there you go. So, first things before you trimming, make sure everything dry. Is a safety issue.
I'm actually very excited to see you do this because I struggle a lot with this at home.
Okay.
And I love to buy a whole tenderloin because I do enjoy the trimmings afterwards. I use it for soup atau untuk sauce gitu, you know.
Right.
But I struggle a lot finding the right knives to cut the fat and especially the silver skin.
Yes.
I hate losing meat
Yes.
in the silver
Me too.
skin, you know.
Me too.
Itu ya paling saya pakai untuk nasi goreng
Yes.
atau apa gitu, tapi
Yes.
still bad. I can't wait to see this.
Always pat dry with the paper towel, paper towel, karena you don't use a tissue biasa because ya akan nempel-nempel ya nanti ya.
Right.
Yeah, so okay, now after you pat dry, make sure also your talenan is also cutting board is also dry. Okay, so this is good enough. Okay, make sure your hands also, you know, kind of dry, not to be too much of oil. Yeah. Okay, so let's assess ini tenderloin. There is some fat easy to be removed with hands. Yeah, kalau bisa remove with hands, then you can remove. Nah, see, this is a silver skin. This is very tough. Ditarik pun susah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need a very sharp knife. Get the flexible one. Okay, so just go in.
Okay.
You don't have to lose a lot of meat as long as it's a very sharp.
You really make this trimming things like little
Effortless.
Yeah.
Effortless. Karena one of the hardest part actually is the silver skin and fat. This is something you don't want to eat because it's just not nice, you know.
Right.
So let's get the small first, yang susah-susah ini. Okay. Once you see, assess. Now there's another one over here. Later
Yeah, that's the hardest one for me.
we will cook. Chef, how do you want to cut it? What do you want to cook? So we just cut it here first ya. Yang entailnya dulu ya.
Yes.
Okay, so entail bisa pakai yang ini. Ya, one slice, go. Nothing.
Like
Clean
butter.
cut. Yeah.
Okay.
One is very important, sharp knife.
Yeah.
You keep the juice nggak ditekan.
Betul, betul.
The hardest part with the
Betul.
good meat is so much juice, precious juice, just going in so hard,
Right.
extra force, yang ada akhirnya juice kemana-mana. So basically what you eat actually ampas.
Betul.
You don't want that.
Cuma serat.
Right. So we keep this one over here.
Okay.
There is not so much of the, this one has a lot of silver skin. Now we can work a little bit about this. Kalau kita mau, for the sake of this video, I will not cut it the whole things ya. So I will just do the trimming. Silver skin is quite easy. We just going in, score a little bit. Udah kebuka. Okay, right? Just sticking in. And this is very easy and precise. You don't need to take the meat out. It's only the skin, silver skin. That's how thin it is.
Okay.
You don't need a lot of effort. Ya, yang paling susah kan biasa kalau pisau udah tumpul dicolok aja nggak mau masuk, ya kan? So
Yeah,
this is
harus ditarik.
So
Like
this
doing
is
lat pull down.
right. And basically your meat also is mushy ya, akhirnya jadi rusak ya kan ya. So basically clean out little bit dari sini. Okay. So this is the very thick silver skin ya. This is how you really can save a lot of meat. So basically dudukin aja. Kayak doing surgery aja.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same
Just like
thing.
doing a surgery, right? So basically kalau udah silver skin kayak gini, tinggal ditusuk aja.
Nice.
Di mata pisaunya dideketin ke silver skinnya karena dia nggak akan sobek.
Oh, like you do with the fish skin.
Like a fish skin, right? Exactly same things.
Yeah.
So basically it's a very saving time, saving meat as well. Ya. Dan ini kita dagingnya nggak sampai rusak. Kenapa? We don't touch a lot of meat.
Right.
Karena our body heat, our hand heat is going to raise up. We change the coloring, oxidations and everything, right? Nah, jadi kalau dengan seperti ini kita tarik aja.
You know what? One also fact about handling food.
Yes.
You also do the same with the vegetables.
Yes.
Some people do like chopping ingredients, right?
Clean.
Oh, that's
if you see.
really nice.
Ya, clean. Ya kan, daging juga
And
nggak
very
rusak.
little, ya?
And very little.
Yeah,
So you want to save the most precious meat, right? On it, right?
That's the point.
That's the whole point,
Yeah.
right? That's the whole point. Nah, yang bagian sini lebih sulit karena tapi kita tinggal ambil. Kita tinggal ambil colokin aja. Oke, kita tinggal tarik.
Okay.
So basically if your knife is sharp, let the knife do the work. Okay, you don't do much work. You just guiding.
That's so true, man, what you're saying, you know, because so many times you come out of it feeling like, shit, I had to work on this.
I
you
know. And
especially when it comes to all this part, it's like really just tug of war.
Exactly.
And I feel it, yeah, karena daging ya mahal when you buy
Exactly.
good meat. And the last thing you want to be doing is roughing it up, right?
And especially when you know this is a good meat, you don't want to, you don't want to lose
you don't want to fuck with it at all.
Exactly, you don't want to lose the real essential things, right? But you want to separate the whole things. Now work is a lot faster. So this is main chunk is already gone, ya. Ini tinggal sedikit nanti kita trimming. So main of the things yang very tough is already gone, it's already there. So it's very little time and effort. Yeah. So you have to something you pat it, you know, tap it, you know.
Smack that.
Smack that. So you see that one? I'm searing my knife. Just pull it a bit. Let the knife do the work. Effortless. Okay.
Beautiful.
So right knife, but has to be sharp. The reason we jumping into this business because we know that a lot of people struggling with this kind of things, and a lot of people don't know how, or maybe a little bit too lazy. I would say that to sharpen your knife. Or I would say that no time. I would say if you are in the professional work, definitely you have no time.
I can imagine if I work in a restaurant, like chef, in your restaurant, on a busy night, I'm sure you go through a lot of tenderloins.
Exactly.
Your daily prep must take hours, yeah?
Yep.
Yes,
Definitely.
And even that little bit of meat lost adds up. That's money, right?
That would be really headache.
The
Yeah.
food cost will be harder to calculate.
Yeah.
Whatever you calculate in the beginning, it's going to be different, right?
Right.
So okay, there is a more fat, a silver skin over here, but we can work it out a little bit in here. Now remember, this is tenderloin. It's so tender, the meat. There's nothing firm. I mean, rib eye is a lot easier to work with. Tenderloin is more precious, but it's also very, very tender. So you have to be very careful. Tenderloin to has dalam ya, basically ya.
Basically, yeah.
Isa has dalam. Nah, this is the tough part. There you go. This is the what we call it, almost like invisible silver skin. Yes, is the hardest part if you don't have a very sharp knife. So basically, just slide it. Okay. So this is the easiest part. I always being very careful. Now I used to hate this job, but with the sharp knife, it's way much more enjoyable to work.
That's the thing. I want to thank Kato.
Yeah.
Because of you, we rating to love our job again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this works, it do.
Yeah,
make
when-
a headache when it's
It is.
operational.
It is.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? This is how many kilo, Afi?
This was 2 kilos at
2
least.
kilo. Okay. Can you imagine if you have to work like what, 150 kg per day?
Around. Yeah.
Around. How crazy, man. And most of people consider working in the kitchen for butchering is a punishment job. Yeah, this is part of the butchering job or
I
process.
find it therapeutic, man.
I am.
You know, when it's done right like this,
Okay.
and you can enjoy it, it's very therapeutic.
So
Because no one's gonna fuck with you when you have a knife in your hand, right?
exactly. So this is most
They won't
of
come and ask you for money. Pa, minta duit.
exactly. So this is most of the main what you call it, a tenderloin is already been trimming. It's clean and nice. So we just cut here because we are going to use this one. Okay, one go. So this is clean already. Okay. Nanti mau dibikin filet mignon atau apa bisa nih ya chef ya di sini ya. Yeah, we'll do something about it. Okay. So now we come to the hard part in here. Okay, we have like we can take this one out, okay, as another one. Then we can trimming the rest. Here also we can, yeah. So basically, so I wanna save these things, okay, later.
For those who really enjoy working in the kitchen, slicing like that makes you horny. Man.
I know. Some people does say it. I agree.
Hey.
Especially when you cut like butter, right?
Yeah.
It's like oh shit, Okay, so this is actually the tough one. So we want to split this one up. So basically, if you have a very sharp knife, again, the reason why this has to be curved, or let's say use this one, yeah, the extreme one, it's easier to puncture just right in between meat and silver skin. Ooh. Okay, so this is why the reason is safetier karena matanya keluar ke sana. So it won't go into your hands, right?
Yeah, very safe.
Yes. So safety is number one, all of them. Again, sharp knife is way more safety
Okay.
than the dull knife karena dull knife itu yang biasanya makan tangan orang, ya. Karena apa? Dia butuh tenaga lebih besar, right? When you doing it, and then it slip, licin. So it cuts your hands worse on that one. Okay, so
Okay, so bro, you told me
Yeah.
that if you want to start Kato subscription things,
Yeah.
you can do like the trial, right?
yes,
To sharpen the knife.
yes. So
Is that okay if I also put like 30 kilos of tenderloin?
sure, sure.
You do it for me?
Oh, sure, would love to. For me now is like trimming or butchering is become my passion as well.
Oh, really?
Yes, we
Okay.
just come back from fishing yesterday. Last 2 weeks actually.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
their fishing videos?
Well, I haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
Theo told me.
Oh, Theo. Okay,
we
yeah.
tried, last year.
Yes. So basically, we caught about 2 tons of fish.
So that was a crazy haul, man.
Yeah.
And then you guys went back to Mastrada for
Butchering class.
Butchering.
Yes.
Wow.
So we also every time after fishing we do opening for the butchering class. So a lot of chefs actually also learn on how to butchering fish because fish you need a very very sharp knife. Yeah.
I watched those videos actually to learn. I saw how you used the
this is a
serrated knife to cut the
Yes,
skin
the
and
skin,
everything
yes.
without, so you didn't need to scale it at all.
So this is
Amazing.
good enough, okay, maybe a little bit, but this is a good fat. This is not a silver skin. This is nice. So basically, how much trim that we throw? A little bit. All right?
Usually I would use this for skewers.
Exactly.
I cut that down and I use that for skewers, and then the tenderloins, I freeze some, you know.
Right.
And just as I need it, cook some steaks for the kids.
Right, right. Or maybe you can make a soup out of it, you know.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
stew it for a long time.
So this is a bad fat. Throw it away.
But do you agree with me? As Indonesian,
Yeah.
we find no bad fat. Everything
Yes.
is
Cook and use. Right.
You can eat everything as Indonesian.
Okay. We have been arguing about that.
Okay.
There is one of hotel in Bali. I cannot mention the name,
yeah.
but they have an argue. Oh, we don't have any waste. Okay, but the question is, how much actually you are throwing it away? That actually one part that actually you shouldn't throw away, or you shouldn't consider as a waste.
Okay.
You can use it for more expensive and prime presentations, right? You can make more money out of that, right? Of course, some of the meat you don't throw it away, but you will use for something else actually less value
Right.
in terms of business, right? So what I'm saying is in terms of business, waste is unavoidable, you know, is inevitable, right? So we have to smart also to use it which part for what, which part for cooking for what, right?
Yeah.
So jadi nggak banyak waste gitu kan?
Yeah. To reduce.
To reduce the
real
waste.
throw.
Yes. So this is part of the fat yang susah di dalam sini nih. So we can find it easier dari sini, kita tinggal dorong. There you go. I just take the silver skin. There you go. Ta-da!
Okay.
So this is good enough, Chef.
yeah,
This is your part later on how you wanna proceed it. It's all trimming. Now this is another one, fat. Now this is the tricky part. Ini ada tough sama yang softnya in both, but you do not want both lah ya. So now this is the hardest part to penetrate karena ada tough di bawah. If you are, there you go, the tough one is going inside.
You know, Avi, this is like a free class. You know?
Yeah,
Free premium class.
that's why we're doing this.
Yes,
That's
love
exactly
to.
why we're doing this. This is something I really struggle with. Last night I was having a picanha, and there was only one good sharp knife in the house, yang kecil gitu. And you know it's got a thick fat cap on it. And I was just trying to get through that at the end, and it really hurt my hand.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
Yeah.
And I haven't really cooked picanha much. And luckily I cut with the grain. And finally when I grilled it on my Weber charcoal outside.
Yeah.
Dude, man, it was so tender.
It is.
Honestly, it was better than I've had at restaurants.
Yes.
You know?
I agree with you.
There's just something like whenever I've had picanha in the restaurant, people always like, oh, picanha this, picanha that. And I was like, man, it's just not hitting the spot, you know?
Yes.
And then yesterday I had it and I was surprised, man. It was
It's good, yeah.
super tender. Yeah.
And
And
it's good.
I trimmed a lot of the fat off, you know, because it was super thick, but I left
Yes.
some on. Tapi gila enak, bro. Salt, pepper, garlic powder.
Okay, there's
That's
a little bit here, another fat. Now in between fat and meat, but this is something we have to sacrifice the meat a little bit. No choice.
To the gods.
Yeah, but you want to trimming it you want to save the meat as much as possible. Otherwise, remember this is very licin, yeah, very slippery. Okay, but no choice that one. Okay, chef is done now. Basically, see how much of the juice lu taruh aja di ruangan seperti ini aja, room temperature aja, it's already leaking out. So tenderloin is the most precious. You want to keep it also. So chef, it's all yours now. How you want to proceed in cooking this one?
Okay.
My job is done.
Basically, we're just gonna make it simple.
Sure.
We're gonna sear it there.
Okay.
And we're gonna grill it there.
Sure.
And I have made some of special rub there.
Yes.
Okay.
It's down here.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And then
Perfect.
you can serve this.
Perfect.
All right.
All right. See you next one. Holy cow, this is nice.
Oh, god damn.
This is the red wine. Jadi it gives a taste juga.
Place. You got the
I like the end bit.
Yep. I like the crust side.
I love that seasoning, chef.
Oh, this is nice.
Cheers, fellas. Thank you.
Players.
Cheers. Good food.